Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I am going to cover the mid-season of Gemini right now, which would be June 6th through the 20th. The full moon in Sagittarius just will happen. Actually, this is coming out on Monday. Okay, I tried to start your thing and I can't stop scratching, so Spirit has got some message to get to. But and I feel it's about this full moon. So this full moon is happening on Friday the 5th. So this video comes out before that happens, so gives you a chance to kind of take a sneak preview if you haven't already at what's going on with that, because it's about what are you releasing, what are you letting go on the inner plane in your career sector to project yourself, to propel yourself forward into what it is that you want to manifest and create. But it's a belief system. It's some kind of a viewpoint or a long-held belief, like maybe you know, people were telling you when you were a kid that you couldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, and you're struggling to let that go, and so it's holding you back somehow. So this is your opportunity to let that go, to say, no, I'm free to be who I am, and so I'm going to go do that. So I'm using this really cute little deck. It's called the Garden Dragon. If you have small children that want to have an oracle deck, this is so friendly for that. It does like a field guide, like animals that you would go find kind of thing. So the overall energy for you is the Honeydew Dragon. It is about gratitude, which is really interesting. So because of what we're talking about, so I'm dying to see what we get here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look and see what's going on. I'm sorry, I'm playing with the camera. So sorry. Okay, it's a good thing we're all friends here. All right, so this is past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions. Clarifiers are over here. If I need to, we'll go with the Lenormand. Here in the center is the key to the situation, and you have multitasking. Okay, so with career, that makes sense, right? So we have gratitude here, and the thing about gratitude is, okay, so maybe what we're dealing with is an abundance mindset. All right, so counting your blessings, recognizing where you are a rock star, where you are doing things really well. Maybe you think, oh, I'm not that good at this, or I'm not that great at that, or whatever. But this multitasking in the heart space is kind of the energy of feeling unbalanced. Like too much is coming at you at once, or you're too hard on yourself or something. But let's just see what we get here. Okay, so in the recent past, in the area where you've been trying to find information, it is on growth. Oh, so maybe you are feeling this feels overwhelmed. That's the word I want for this. In the heart space right now, you feel very overwhelmed. And I think it's because you thought this project was going to get off the ground. This was going to do something. This was going to go somewhere, and then it's not happening. So again, I go back to what is it that you're going to release? And I feel like it's this negative self-talk, this feeling of being overwhelmed is going to probably play into this. So yes, here you go. You're being asked to organize in order to handle the multitasking, in order to let yourself go forward. So this does not feel like a long-held belief, but it could be a long-held struggle. As a Pisces moon, I got to tell you, when I'm stressed out, oh my gosh, you can tell when you walk into my house. Like, ooh, that's a big thing, you know. It's hard for me to stay on top of it when, you know, I'm feeling, and the more overwhelmed I get, the worse it gets. And so that overwhelming feeling often comes from a lack of confidence in my ability to handle it, or a lack of confidence in my ability to think that I have all the skills I need or the information I need. And then I start to get overwhelmed and I start to get worried. Oh my gosh, then something weird happened on the computer, and I'll totally flip out for a few minutes because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And then I'm like, wait, this has happened before. What do I need to know? Or you know, you phone an 8-year-old and they help you out with your computer. So, you know, so part of relieving some of the stress and the doubts that you have going on is to find a new way to organize your situation. So really weird. Okay, so today, I was really annoyed because I was trying to find I have a book that I keep all my passwords in, and I was trying to find a password that I needed for something I was trying to do, and I couldn't find it, and I'm like, I've had it. And so I grabbed an address book, and I sat down, and I started rewriting all of my passwords into an address book, so now they're labeled A, B, C, not just like scattered throughout. And so some kind of stuff like that, some kind of organizational thing that you need to do that will allow you to multitask without feeling stressed out about it, which will allow you to feel comfortable and confident and allow you to have the growth. And so this frustration, this how do I get stuff to grow? I've got, you know, stacks of stuff around and I don't know how to organize all this information. And organizing it is going to be very important and very much of a key to the situation here. And then there is the renewal in the thought process going forward. So this is great. And you're going to be like recharged, like, oh my gosh, I'm on my way. I can do this. So I know that it says multitasking is in the key, but I feel like in order to transform the situation to handle the multitasking, that organization thing is really going to be key. And so in the recent past, this feels like we're going to, a lot of anxiety about place. Like, where do I put things? Where do they go? Also, where do I work? Is it where I fit in? Am I comfortable there? So it could be about that too. It could be about, you know, do I take another job or something, because it is career. But I really feel this organizational energy here. All right, we're going to have to take cards on this. In the heart space in the future, we have defense. Dragon fruit. Dragon. The dragon fruit dragon. I'm confused, so I want some more help on that. Being defensive is not a good thing. Not in the heart space. That's like when you say, when you get mad at yourself because you don't know something or you feel like you screwed something up, and then you say, well, it's not my fault. If I would have had some help, if I would have had some, you know, whatever. And so being defensive is such a, not in the heart space, such not a good thing. You know, if you were being defensive about, you were protecting your ideas, then that would be up in the head space, you know, but this in the heart space. Okay, good. Okay, and I just want to check in here just to make sure we are all on the same page, because this actually looks really good, and I just want to... Okay, the Dragon Garden dragon reminds us not to judge a fruit or a dragon by its cover. Often a thorny plant or person is only protecting their softer side. You know, sometimes people layer their defenses, which means you have to peel back each one. Be gentle with those who seem to make you jump through the hoops to get to know them. So, also be gentle with yourself. Don't be so judgmental, because here we have luck and contract with an organization or a place, financial security, the bear, also mother bear protection. So, and the fox, which doesn't bother me here because the fox makes sure that it gets what it needs. And so it's a little clever. So maybe you're a little defensive maybe about the way, and maybe somebody gets a little rude with you, but you have a lucky contract and a lot of security financially, and this fox knows how to get what it needs. It's got shelter, it's got food. It's in the heart space, but I feel like this is a career, not a love reading, which makes me less concerned about the fox being there. I feel there is some really interesting thing that you're trying to do, that you're trying to grow, that you're trying to create here. And I feel like the energy may have taken a dip, like you came up against it, like it's not happening, nothing's happening. I feel like there's a little divine timing involved in that, but I also feel like it has a lot to do with a lack of organization for the way you're trying to go. Because, yeah, okay, so here we go. In the area of obstacles, there's this prosperity. This is feeling like it's not growing, nothing's happening. You know, am I doing the right thing? Am I in the right place? Am I supposed to be doing this? And the gratitude list here, the gratitude here says, don't be so defensive about this idea. And don't be so hard on yourself, because you have the luck and you have the contract and the financial security there. And so right now, it's like here, oh God, the mystery card. The mystery card in the action step. All right, wait, let's think about this for a second. Are you looking for something and you can't find it? And if you organize, then you will find it. It's a mystery where it is. So this reminds me of Cinderella and the pumpkin. That's what it reminds me of. It's like, you know, she didn't ask for what you need, first off. I feel like that. But the mystery is, you have gather, which is the group. Maybe you're looking for a job and you don't know what the job is yet, but here we have gather, and here we have all this financial security happening here. And so maybe you don't know where you're going to work. Maybe you're worried about finances because everything has been shifting and changing so much, you know, in the financial arena in the last few months. And so that could have kind of thrown you off your space there. And so you know, such a financial reading for Pisces. I don't even know what to do with that. All right, so we have here the vulture. Oh, accept the inevitable, let go of the past, and welcome a rebirth to begin. We have renewal here, and now we have the vulture. I feel like for some of you, you lost a job, or the way that you made money, or it's shifting, it's changing. It says accept the inevitable, let go of the past, and welcome the rebirth. But when I see the vulture, I always feel like nothing is wasted. Like you learn stuff, you gain stuff, you know, it's a part of a cycle. And so it was the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. And so you need to organize and prepare for it. And I don't know that you know exactly where you're going, but gather is about, you know, a bunch of bananas, right? So it's about being in an organization with like-minded people. And we have the gratitude here. And so counting your blessings and you know, the security, the defensiveness around your heart. But this is all says that you're going to be feeling safe and secure. So we have the gross, which says embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. If you are stressed out, go for a walk. Or go for a run, or crank up the music in the dark and just dance. I feel there's so much anxiety with this multitasking card here. I feel like releasing that. And so maybe why you're feeling so defensive around the heart, but this looks so good. This looks like you're safe and protected. Sometimes when I see the bear feels like spiritual protection and guidance. And then, you know, so what if somebody was like looking out for number one, and so then, you know, that meant that you lost your job, you know, but I think something better is coming because we have luck with the contract and the security. Like, I feel like maybe you can't see what's coming because it's a mystery. So you can't see what's coming, but it looks like you're going to fit right in, right? And bananas are fun, you know, so I feel like you're going to fit right in and enjoy it. And we have this renewal, and we have this renewal, and so I feel like you're going to be okay. So it says listen with your heart. You're listening to what is being said, but you need to listen with a loving heart. And I feel like this is a loving heart towards yourself. This is using your intuition, letting your intuition guide you through the process of what you need to do next. How are you going to set things up? Where are you going to go from here? This looks like opportunity to find your quote-unquote tribe, right? Like, I think you end up renewal, and that I feel like you end up where you're supposed to be. Oh, you have the light. Comes to shed love and light onto your current situation and to remind you that light can penetrate the darkness. Okay. So Pisces, you have all this anxiety, and the thing about, anxiety and worries and things like that is, that's happening up in the head, right? It happens up in the head space. Like all the fear and the anxiety, that's where that lives. But it's not reality unless you focus on it, and then you can create it and manifest it, because what you think about, you create, right? And so manifesting the light, it takes a lot of darkness to put out the light. It just takes a little bit of light to break up the darkness, right? So listening with your heart and your intuition. I feel like trust the process, because this looks so good. This looks really good. And you're being encouraged to have the attitude of gratitude. So I can see that in the current situation, you don't know what's going to happen next, and that is creating a lot of anxiety. So physical activity to help release from your body some of the anxiety, saltwater baths, ground yourself, get out and walk in nature, lots of things you can do to help release the anxiety. Lavender. And focus on what you want, not what you don't want. This is really important. Focusing on what you want, counting your blessings. That long-held belief of I'm not good enough, or if I never seem to get the job I want, or people at work don't like me, or whatever it is that you tell yourself about work that creates all the drama in your life, release that. Release any doubts you have about your ability to shine. To shine. If you've recently lost your job, or you've been struggling to find one before this all happened, what it feels like is you were in a situation that wasn't working, and you got a little push from the universe to move you in the direction that you're supposed to be heading in. That's that renewal. You have two cards that say renewal. There is a renewal is rebirth. It's new life. It's new opportunity. So counting your blessings and focusing on the light, and you will end up being with the best bunch of bananas that you've ever been with. Oh, Pisces, you have all these up and down readings all the time. I feel like in so many areas of your life, some things are really, really going well, but it's the self-confidence tends to nip away at the corners sometimes. So trust that you have all the tools that you need inside of you, all the information and the guidance. Listen with your heart and follow your intuition, and I really believe that you will get to where it is you want to go. Listen to your intuition and follow the light. All right? We'll see you back here in 2 weeks. I have a fan on, can you tell? I'll see you back here next week, and we'll cover 2 weeks of the astrology, and we have some eclipses coming up, and I think one of the eclipses show up in that also. So lots of opportunities to let things go and have brand new starts and new beginnings. And that next eclipse on the 21st is on the solstice in your 5th house of creativity, fun and romance, children, relationships, like romantic dating relationships. A lot of opportunity to plant your seeds of intention to really get something good in a very supportive energy, because that's a 5th house, is very supportive energy to yours. So, focus on the light, focus on the good, count the good, and work toward it. And this multitasking, it's a matter of getting organized and not feeling so overwhelmed. So what can you streamline tomorrow? Not what. Don't worry about what all needs to be done. What are you going to do tomorrow? What is that one next step? Do that, and then be like, oh, okay, so now I know what I need to do next. And so work on it in bite-sized pieces. It's kind of like when you had to write that big, huge research paper, and you're like, oh, break it down into small chunks and just do bit by bit by bit, and you'll get there. All right, Pisces, you take care. I'll see you next week.